In 2022, the Houston Astros laid waste to the rest of the major leagues for about 8 straight months. When asked if they'd like a side of one losing month, they politely declined and requested a couple of 700-plus win percentage months instead. The Astros were fresh off of a 2021 season which saw them lose to the Atlanta Braves in 6 games in the World Series championship. Following that was the exit of all-star shortstop Carlos Correa from their lineup, leaving a pretty big hole on both sides of the field. Correa's departure prompted a lot of people to ask why they let him walk without much of a fight. Well, that question was answered in 2022 when everyone had the pleasure of seeing that they just had a newer model, and this one came with long, luscious eyelashes. Here's a quick look at the opening day lineup for the Astros. Not much of a change other than Pena replacing Correa. Houston kicked off the season with their worst monthly record they'd see for the whole year, going 11-10 over March and April. Yeah, that was the worst of it. Still over 500, that must have been really tough to watch. Moving on to May, the team really found its stride through stellar pitching. With a team ERA of 2.26, highlighted by an 11-game win streak where their starters only allowed 7 earned runs and their opponents were completely shut out 5 times. They took a small step back in June with a 16-9 record, where the team's pitching put up a 3.22 ERA, along with 2 immaculate innings in the same game on June 15th against the Texas Rangers. The bats also came to life and put up a 118 OPS+, bolstered by the performances of Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker. July saw the Astros continue their dominance, going 19-9 over the month despite being swept by the big bad Oakland Athletics. The bats continued to produce, putting up a 115 OPS+, led once again by Yordan Alvarez, along with well-known hit-by-pitch master Aledmys Diaz. The Astros were already looking strong before the deadline, with a star-studded lineup and a 67-37 record. But they looked at their team and decided that their Death Star might look better with machine guns on the sides. So they picked up Trey Mancini, Christian Vazquez, and Will Smith, while losing Jose Siri and Jake Odorizzi, along with prospects Emmanuel Valdez and Wilyer Abreu in the process. With their new additions, they muscled their way to a 17-11 August with a sweep of their own against those pesky Athletics and a 21-5 rout of the White Sox. And finally, in the last month of the regular season, the Astros went 22-9 with a team ERA of 2.35 and an OPS plus of 114. Numbers supported by the performances of Christian Javier and, you guessed it, Yordan Alvarez. So as far as the regular season went, did they lose to good teams? No. Did they lose to bad teams? No. Did they lose at home? No. Did they lose on the road? Absolutely not. On to the playoffs, where the Astros first faced off against a Mariners team fresh off of embarrassing my Toronto Blue Jays in the wildcard round. The Mariners pounced on Verlander early in Game 1, but Houston stormed back and walked it off with a 438-foot Yordan to right field. In Game 2, the Astros once again found themselves trailing in the 6th inning, right up until Yordan Alvarez hit another home run to put them into a lead they would hold on to. Congratulations to new Mariners owner Yordan Alvarez. And in Game 3, after a riveting 17 innings without either team scoring a run, Jeremy Pena hits a solo shot to complete the sweep and send the Astros into the LCS where they'd face the Yankees. The Astros take Game 1 after some timely solo homers from Gurriel and McCormick in the bottom of the 6th. Then a solid 7 innings from Valdez and a 3-run shot from Alex Bregman put the stamp on Game 2. Entering Yankee land for Game 3, the Astros pitchers posted a shutout led by Christian Javier, paired with a 2-run homer off Garrett Cole from Chas McCormick. The Yankees had a glimmer of hope in Game 4, leading after 6 innings until timely singles from Alvarez and Bregman and a shutdown bullpen completed yet another sweep. By this point, the Astros are starting to forget what losing is. Luckily, in Game 1 of the World Series, their unlikely Phillies opponent refreshed their memory with a 5-run comeback, topped off with a 10th-inning homer. In Game 2, the Astros lit up Zach Wheeler for 5 runs, the most dangerous lead in the game, but they held on to it this time. In Game 3, the Phillies held batting practice against Lance McCullers Jr., hitting a record 5 home runs off of him. Surely the Phillies have figured out the Astros pitching, right? Game 4, no-hitter. Game 5 was a back-and-forth battle, but the Astros came out on top after an RBI groundout from Alvarez in the top of the 8th, with Justin Verlander earning his first World Series win. Finally, the Astros finish off the Phillies with a typical stellar outing from Valdez and a 3-run shot from the usual suspect. And with that, everyone's favorite team, the Houston Astros, become World Series champions once again. So to summarize, the 2022 Houston Astros had a rotation without a weak spot, enough veteran experience to win World War III, a surplus of skilled batters, and a bullpen deeper than the Mariana Trench. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Jack of All Baseball, and I'll see you next time.